It is time to come alive and thrive in 2025. I'm Dr. John Terry, President of the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame and CEO of the International Martial Arts Council of America. I'm glad you're with me, and I want to take just a moment to say Happy New Year on behalf of all of us here at IMACUSA. Many of you school owners and instructors, we've already had a chance to welcome this new year into, and for those of you not yet had a chance to say hello to in 2025, Happy New Year. And we are excited for what we're bringing to the table in 2025. What are we bringing? Our 26th annual IMACUSA National Training Camp. We're going to be returning to the home of the Alamo, San Antonio, Texas, July 17, 18, and 19. Our three-day training camp is going to be at the Westin San Antonio North. Thursday, 9 to 4:30, Friday, 8 to 4:30, and Saturday, 8 to 12. 15 master level instructors, each teaching a different martial arts discipline over that 2.5 days. Thursday night will also be our camp tournament. Friday night will be the convening of the Grand Masters Council. And Saturday night will be the 26th annual United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame, where we have an opportunity to say thank you to some incredible men and women for their service to the martial arts community, as well as their service to the military, law enforcement, and first responders. Our black tie event will start with the pre-reception at 5:30, banquet and ceremony at 7, and an after party where we dance the night away from 10 until midnight. You can learn more details by going to United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame.com. Let me also mention that nominations are now open for the Hall of Fame fraternity class of 2025. Now, who in the world would we consider as a candidate for that? Any outstanding youth in your school, instructors, staff people, school owners themselves, grand masters that oversee a number of schools, military, law enforcement, first responders. Again, you can go to United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame.com, go to the nominate tab, and you've got an opportunity there to see the many categories. So if you've not yet submitted your nomination for a fellow martial arts instructor, or if you're a school owner and you've got a student or fellow instructor you want to recommend, now is the time to make that happen. But 2025 is also time for a fresh start in your business. And that brings me to this question. How do you do something different in your school to grow your numbers in 2025? It's a question we're asked here at IMAC quite often, and I want to talk about some ways I believe you can do that are unique and innovative. But what I typically see at most schools, and when I say, what are you going to do in 2025 to get new students in the door? It's often more of the same. It's the Bring the Buddy campaign. It's the self-defense program. It's a parent's night out. Maybe it's 1 month of class for $1 or a free gi promotion. Maybe you're doing some social media marketing, or you're doing videos, or you're doing demos. Whatever it is, here's what I can tell you about that. So is every other school in town. This does nothing to set you apart and make you unique or different than anybody else teaching martial arts in your community. So here's a better question you should be asking yourself as you get into 2025. And that question is this: how do you stand out in the crowd? How do you make what you do in your school unique and different than every other martial arts school in your community? Are you going to do more of the same? Are you going to promote your striking, your kicking, your forms, your competition, your grappling, your weapons? Well, guess what? If this is all you're offering in the marketplace, and this is all your website and all of your marketing talks about, to the audience, to the world, to the public you're trying to attract into your school, they see you just as a carbon copy of every other school in town. It doesn't matter if you're a Chinese martial artist, a Korean martial artist, a Japanese martial artist, or you're some hybrid system that's out there. If all you're doing is promoting the same thing every other school is promoting, everybody that's looking for an opportunity doesn't see you as unique and different. So how do you stand out in the crowd? Well, to me, you've got two options. You do it, whatever you do in your school, you do it better than anybody else. So you are seen as the foremost authority and the expert in that particular subject matter, or you do something nobody else is doing. And this is where I want to spend a couple of moments. You've got to find a way to get noticed. You've got to find a way to get out of the people pile and get the attention of the ones that are looking for what you have to offer. And if all you're offering is the same, that is no differential. There are individuals out there that are looking for something unique and different. And if you're offering that to them, you're going to be more attractional to them than the other competitors in the marketplace. So what will you do to change your outcomes in 2025? It's a fair question to ask. So what's happening in your city right now? Are there situations, are there obstacles, are there challenges your city, your community is facing that maybe you could have an opportunity to step in and be a part of a solution to solve those problems or to take on those challenges? What's happening right there in the neighborhoods of the families that you're already serving that you could have an opportunity to step into and be a resource, be a guide, or be a solution to a problem that's happening in the neighborhoods of the students that are already attending your school? You know, there was an interesting study done by Arma and Elma that found this: 91% of consumers are much more likely to do business with an organization that is either cause-focused or mission-focused. Hear me when I say that. 91% of consumers are more likely to walk in and sign up to do classes in your school if you are also cause-focused or mission-focused in the way you run your program. So here's my question to you. Who's doing that in your community? Are there any martial arts program in your city, in your community, that are cause-focused or mission-focused? If not, this is your opportunity to stand out and to be unique and different. So what are some causes that you may want to consider? We did a little research, and here's a few ideas that things that may be happening right there in your own backyard you may not be aware of. Did you know that 42.5 million Americans deal with a disability? That according to Pew Research. Now, of those 42.5 million Americans, many of them are quite mobile. They're able to interact and do things. We have ADHD children. We have kids that are dealing with sight or hearing issues. We've got other kids that are in a wheelchair, but every single one of those would love an opportunity to teach martial arts if there were a martial arts program that catered to their specific needs. Here's another stat. 24.1 million children go home every day to a house with no father. That, according to the America First Policy Institute. Kids that go home to a fatherless home are much more likely to drop out of school, much more likely to join a gang, much more likely to abuse alcohol, drugs, or tobacco, much more likely to be promiscuous. Females that go home with no father are much more likely to be sexually active and to get pregnant before they clear their teenage years. It is a recipe for disasters. What if your martial arts school could champion this cause and become a surrogate dad to those children that have no father in the home? Every 9 minutes, according to RAINN, a child is sexually assaulted right here in the United States. What an opportunity to speak to a cause and champion that cause in your martial arts school. And there are 7 million at-risk youth in America dealing with depression, anxiety, or other stressors in life, having mental health issues, and looking for an opportunity to stop being a victim and figure out how they can become a victor over their circumstances in life. These are some of the unique challenges that are happening right now in your city and may very well be happening in the neighborhoods of the parents and the students that you already have enrolled in your school. So here's another question I want to pose. When you're not teaching martial arts, what else could you do? Could you offer a parenting program to help parents improve the quality of their parenting and raise good children that have character and values and are learning leadership skills at an early age? Could you become an after-school program offering mentorship programs to help children that are struggling, that are at risk, have an opportunity to see value in themselves and rise to their full potential? Could you offer a program to special needs students that need an adaptive class to be able to do martial arts their own way? There are many, many things that you could be doing to create a cause that you can focus on or create a mission that you can implement into your school. Here's an idea. I want to challenge you in 2025 to champion a cause. I want to challenge you to become a cause-focused studio or a mission-minded martial arts program. And if you're looking for some resources to help you do that, you've got no further to look than the International Martial Arts Council of America. Here's some tools and resources we have available for our school owners and instructors that are part of our organization right now. One of those is Master the Art of Parenting, the ability to offer ongoing parenting curriculum in your non-teaching time within the school to provide a resource for parents to become better at parenting and raising good kids. You're teaching character values. You're teaching leadership lessons in your martial arts school. Why not teach the parents how to reinforce those outside of the school so you're building a community of students that are known as model citizens that are setting the example and leading the way in elementary, junior high, high school, college, and in the adult workplace? What about the Safe Dojo program that we bring to bear, working with at-risk kids and giving them an opportunity to transition from being a victor over the problems that they're dealing with? No longer being a victim to depression, anxiety, stress, and all the other mental health and self-care issues they're dealing with, having an opportunity to help them see value in themselves, to boost their confidence, to boost their self-esteem, and to help them take a step forward and discover what their true potential could be. What about another program that we have called SNAP, a special needs adaptive program that takes your unique curriculum that you're already teaching and it teaches you how to modify the punching, the kicking, the exercises, the forms, all of the things you do in your school so that you have a class that is unique to the special needs children in your community. You got an opportunity to work with ADD and ADHD kids. You got an opportunity to work with wheelchair-bound students that are there, people that are dealing with a sight or a hearing deficit. There's a number of ways that you can utilize the SNAP program to offer a unique experience for special needs students who would love to train in the martial arts. We also have a coaching program, and you can become a certified coach in leadership, taking what you've learned over your years of martial arts experience and applying that to leadership, working with small business owners, working with entrepreneurs, working with organizations to teach leadership, sales and marketing, communication, human behavior, and a variety of other tools and resources that we can train you in and give you an opportunity to create a secondary income stream. And imagine being able to walk into an organization and to up-level their leadership, to improve their communication, to up-level their productivity, to give them sales and marketing ideas that allow them to take their business to the next level. All of a sudden, you're getting exposure to your martial arts program to organizations and individuals that may up to this point never even knew that you existed. A coaching program can be an incredible way for you to leverage your talent and take it in a new and different way to serve your community, but at the same time attract an entirely new group of individuals into your martial arts program that maybe never even considered martial arts before you had an opportunity to engage with them. We also have the Real Life Management Coaching Certification System. I used this when I was a school owner with multi-school locations to understand and learn the learning style and the communication style of every student in our program. And when we learned their learning style and their communication style, and we started teaching uniquely to how those students wanted to learn, all of a sudden the quality of education got better, the retention got better, and parents began to come to us and say, how is it you can communicate with our kids and we can't? And it opened up the door for unique coaching opportunities to coach the parents in how to understand real life. These are but a few of the tools and resources that we bring to bear. And let me also mention the Fighting Back Institute, our nonprofit, where we for several years have worked with school owners and we work with instructors who want to be known as a kid safe or a women safe expert, not just teaching self-defense, but speaking to the awareness issues that make communities a safer place to live and raise a family. Now, again, you've got two options when it comes to thriving in 2025. You can either be the go-to expert that everybody in town is talking about, or you can champion a cause and make a difference and narrow down your focus on a subset that you could offer as an additional course and champion a cause where you're going into the community and making a difference and stand out as unique and different in the marketplace. So here's my question. Have you considered becoming more than just a martial artist in the way you run your business and your martial arts curriculum. If not, 2025 is the year to begin to do that. Remember, 91% of consumers are much more likely to enroll themselves or their children in your martial arts program if you are cause-focused or mission-minded and speaking to something that is important to them outside of just the martial arts. That's a huge opportunity that nobody else in the martial arts community is currently doing. You could be the first in your community to make that happen. So again, what are you going to do differently in 2025 to create an even better outcome than what you experienced in 2024? How are you going to stand out in the crowd, get the attention of others, get noticed so that you got an opportunity to get ahead? Remember, you can either do that or do more of the same. And if you do the same thing you've always done, you're going to get more of the same results you've always gotten. If you do what 95% of the martial arts schools that are doing that are average, mediocre, and lackluster, you're going to get the very same results. But if you do what nobody else is doing, or you become the subject matter expert that is the go-to resource for that particular part of martial arts, now you get noticed. Now you stand out. Now you get ahead. And remember, 91% of consumers are looking for more than just martial arts for their students. After all, what do we teach besides martial arts? Leadership, character values, other important resources that help our students become much more well-rounded students, but much more well-rounded members of society. We're simply taking that to the next level in 2025. You know, Albert Einstein said it well. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. So if you're not changing anything in your school between 2024 and 2025, how in the world can you expect a different and better outcome? And remember, if nothing changes in your school, nothing changes in your school. So with that, I want to talk about not just surviving in 2025, but I want to talk about thriving. You know, membership matters, and members of the International Martial Arts Council of America know this. We know the martial arts business, not just the martial arts. We've got incredible grandmasters representing a broad cross-section of the global martial arts community, but more importantly, we've got knowledgeable business professionals that understand marketing, understand sales, understand communication, understand leadership, understanding business development, and understanding what is necessary to take your school from where it is to where you truly want it to be. So if you're not a member of IMAC, let me encourage you to check us out. You can visit us at imacusa.com, and if you'd like to learn more about how you can have an opportunity to come alive and thrive in 2025, let me encourage you to schedule a strategy call with one of our consultants, and we'd love to have an opportunity to talk with you how we help you make 2025 your best year ever. I'm Dr. John Terry, President of the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame and CEO of the International Martial Arts Council of America. I look forward to having a conversation with you, and here's to coming alive and thriving in 2025.